Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Stock are champions! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Game and Frame live stream coming to you live from the Sousa Sports Complex in Central Islip. My name is Francis Argueta, and I am delighted to be by your side for what is going to be a great matchup in the UPSL Northeast American Premier. New York Empire is coming off of a thrilling draw against last season's champions, New York Renegade. Edward Speed recovered from injury to get on the score sheet for the Empire, while Angelo Quintanilla provided Renegade's goal. The draw currently has Empire in third place with today's opponent right behind them in fourth. Red Hook FC is coming off a loss versus New Jersey's Future Soccer Academy in an 11-goal shootout. Despite the loss, Brooklyn's team will look to use Nathan Pasquier's goal-scoring form to guide them back on the winning track. Both teams are coming off highly contested matches, so today's promises to be more of the same. It's Empire, it's Red Hook, and it is on its way next. By Sol Athletic. Sol have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. The air case uses antimicrobial technology to block smell, making for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt is offering the Game and Frame community an exclusive discount. Scan the QR code to get 10% off and keep it fresh. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are just a couple of seconds into kickoff between the New York Empire and Red Hook FC of Brooklyn. I will be providing you the starting lineups for both teams, starting with the Empire, who you will see in all yellow with black numbers on the back of the jerseys. We have Giuseppe Vitali in net with a back three of Luca, Trevor Henderson, and George Youssef. They play with the five-man midfield, highlighted by Kirol Aaron, Wilbur Gomez, Daniel Moya, Nico Reynoso, and Tim DeMay. They play with the front two of Naeem Charles and Steven Rojas. For Red Hook FC, they're making the travel down from Brooklyn, New York, and they start with Cisse in net and a back four of St. Ville, Cunningham, Grande Rosas, and Suazo. They have a midfield consisting of Tagliavia, Husanov, and Ndiaye, and a front three of DiGiorgi, Pasquer, and Evans. It promises to be a great game between these two. Empire enter the match in third place with Red Hook right behind them in fourth. You see them there with red and black jerseys and gold numbers. Empire, so far undefeated on the season, had a very tight contested match with the Renegades last week, which ended in a 1-1 draw. Red Hook, on the other hand, come into this game after a 5-6 defeat against Future Soccer Academy last week. So they had another tightly contested match in their own right in a different manner. We're now waiting on the ref's whistle as both teams are ready, and it looks like they are making some last-minute adjustments to the net on Empire's side of things. Got to make sure everything is nice and tidy before kickoff. It is a temperate temperature here on this Saturday night in Central Islip, Long Island. A little bit of wind, some rainy conditions all day, but overall promises to be a nice, potentially dry night for some footy action here in Long Island, New York. There is a whistle we were long waiting for, and it is kickoff here from Central Islip, New York. It is New York Empire FC facing Red Hook FC in UPSL early action. And there's already some pressure being put on Red Hook FC by the front forward of Empire. They get the possession right back off a throw-in here. Here comes Reynoso for the Empire, looking for Naeem Charles, doesn't find him there. Plays out wide instead. Looks like that is DeMay down the right, trying to make a move, getting an opening. And he doesn't get the corner. Instead, it's going to be a Red Hook goal kick. Empire is off to a great start this year. They have the same record as Braveheart, 2-1 with 0 losses. And in first place in the league, it is Braveheart, undefeated so far with 3 straight victories to start the season. That is who these teams are chasing. The ball goes back to the captain, Trevor Henderson, who prevents the corner, but can't prevent the ball going out of bounds, and they get a throw-in. That is Red Hook FC making the trip down from Brooklyn, New York. Entering this match in their first year in Premier, following back-to-back promotion seasons for them. And there is a corner, first corner of the match. We need a ball, says the ref. First corner goes to Red Hook FC. The squad is playing with a lot of new players, a lot of new signings in their introduction to what is the Premier Division, many of which are in the starting lineup. Husanov to take the corner. Here it comes in, looking for a header. There seems to be some contact there. Deflection by Empire and kept alive by Red Hook. Husanov to make another cross. In it goes. And it goes over everybody's head, straight into the hands of the goalie of the night. It is Vitali in all blue who safely secures the ball and plays on to restart the possession for Empire. There's a long ball looking to the front. Can the Empire forward get there? No, it's the defense first, and they get a throw in coming from the right side of the pitch. In comes the ball. Trying to find an opening is Empire. This is Naeem Charles. In comes Wilbur Gomez. Puts a service on the edge of the box. It is read well by the defense and kept alive by Empire. Can they put in another corner here? There it is, over to Naeem Charles. And it goes back to Reynoso and read well by the midfielder of Red Hook. He goes down, but no foul called by the ref. Play on. Here's Yusuf. That was Kiro Aaron. Finds Reynoso down the corner of the pitch. Nice tackle there by the midfielder. Back to Yusuf. DeMay trying to make a turn on his opponent. Still Empire ball. In comes the throw in, looking for Charles. Charles makes a spin. Charles finds his teammate, that is Reynoso, trying to put a shot in and isn't able to keep it in bounds. It is going to be a goal kick already taken quickly by Cisse. This Red Hook squad has a lot of youth on it. A lot of players in their early 20s, late teens. Cunningham being the oldest of the players on the pitch for Red Hook. The 29-year-old Jamaican defender has a lot of experience playing for Jamaican national team. And there is a free kick earned by Empire on the edge of the box. A dangerous area already, putting the threat on the back line of Red Hook. This is the opening 5 minutes of the match, still 0-0 scoreline between the two. Little to separate the teams up to this point. But Empire has a dangerous free kick to work with in the opening minutes of this match. Charles to take left-footed. It looks direct shot, and Cisse reads that well. Another service put into the box. Deflected away by the defense. Red Hook looking to go on a counter now. That is a Georgie trying to push forward. But Empire prevent that from happening. This is Cunningham. Long clearance just to get it out of harm's way. And it is back in Empire's possession. As mentioned earlier, there are plenty of players making their debut season for this Red Hook squad. The Georgie, that player that is involved currently, number 7, trying to keep that ball for Red Hook, unsuccessful in doing so, but they get a throw in here. There's also Evans and Ndiaye, Saintville, Tagliaba, Husanov, Cunningham, and their backup goalkeeper for today, Hope Gund. Many of those players in this starting lineup, as mentioned earlier, some needed chemistry to build on what is going to be a promising season for them. As mentioned earlier, back-to-back promotional seasons for the team from Red Hook. This is Cunningham on the ball now. Looks to switch the field over. And done well by Kiro Aaron to drop it down for Yusuf. Back to the defense it goes. Pressure by Red Hook is alive and well so far. Looks like Charles is in an offside position. There is a flag from the linesman. which confirms the call, and is going to be a Red Hook free kick. Comes back to Cisse, the goalkeeper. This Husanov, who has great footwork in the midfield. De Giorgi. And Charles now for Empire. Good defense there by the defender as Red Hook is trying to get some early offense into this match. Here it comes to the right for Dwight Suazo and puts a ball into the front, looking for the main man out top, and it bounces all the way to the keeper. This player to keep an eye out for is Pasquer, number 9. So far, 5 goals on the season, leads the league up to this point. Nathan coming away of France for Red Hook. Suazo trying to drop that down for his teammate, and instead it goes to Reynoso, and this is Wilbur Gomez. Over to Demey. Reynoso looking for support in the midfield. He finds Daniel. Over to Youssef now. This Kiro Aaron who takes the contact, keeps it alive. Trying to find an opening for a cross. Goes to Youssef instead. Back to Kiro. Back to Youssef. Youssef with the cross into the box. All the way to Red Hook instead. It is De Giorgi. Looking for Ndiaye. Evans actually. One back Empire. There's a long shot taken. And it is wide of the goal for the first chance of Empire. Early action here from Long Island, about 10 minutes into this match. Still scoreless. Empire has done very well so far in the defending aspect. Have only allowed a goal a game up to this point. No clean sheet just yet, but 1 goal each game so far in the early season, 3 games into the Premier. Husanov trying to get out of danger here. Suazo has some opening down the right. Husanov over to Ndiaye. Ndiaye trying to find Pasquer. Read well by the defense of Empire. They get it right back. Here's Daniel. Over to Reynoso now. Reynoso with a long shot. Just above the crossbar. Looks like Reynoso is feeling himself so far in the opening minutes of this match. Here come Red Hook by way of Suazo once again. That ball is looking for Evans. It might drop for him. Kayvon Evans has an opening. Trying to make some space for himself. Takes on 3 defenders now. Goes down in the box. No call by the ref. And Ndiaye with the long shot. Blocked by the defense. And now Kiro Aaron to start the counter for Empire. Switches the field over to Naeem Charles, who slips, falls down, loses possession. Another cross, looking for Pasquer. Youssef to it first, but on the rebound it is Evans. Evans looking for the pass. Not successful in doing so once again. Empire trying to start their offense now. Demey back to Luca. This is Charles now. Looking for Wilbur Gomez. Long clearance by Red Hook. And at the feet of Trevor Henderson now. Here's the May one more time. Takes a long shot. Not the best of contact. And there's another goal kick for Red Hook FC. Red Hook's last defeat ended in a score of 6-5 to Future Soccer Academy. Quite a goal fest there in their latest loss. I don't believe we'll have a similar scoreline in today's match with Empire's defense. It'll have to be a more tightly contested match. Fewer opportunities to be had for Red Hook. But once again, they do have the leading scorer in the league up top with their number 9. Before that defeat, they beat Brooklyn FC by a score of 5-0. And they give it away right there. Looking for Wilbur Gomez is given right back. And instead, here comes Kevon Evans. The goalie is forced out of position and he gets to it first. Long clearance lands to Red Hook. Husanov trying to keep it alive. Still anybody's possession here, and there is a foul called by the ref, I believe, for a dangerous kick. Looking for a cross. Here comes the ball, looking for Reynoso. Deflected and earned back by Red Hook FC. Here's Suazo. Back to Grande. Johan Rojas Grande. Naeem Charles, nice footwork over to Wilbur Gomez. Wilbur just put that a little too forward. Isn't able to get there, but looked like it was going to be a corner. Instead, the linesman signals for a goal kick for Red Hook FC. Red Hook trying to play from the back now. This is Cunningham on the ball. Looking for a long ball for Kevon Evans up top. Empire to it first. De Giorgi pushing forward, loses the ball. This is Wilbur Gomez now. Yusuf. Giving away once again. This is NDI. Jai keeps it alive with Husanov. Evans. Now this is Pasquer. Defense to it first. And they are well aware of the scoring prowess of the center forward. Defense swarms Pasquer every time he's on the ball. Cunningham once again over to Cisse, the goalkeeper in net for Red Hook FC. Husanov with plenty of space to work with. Looks to switch it over to Suazo. Kiro Aaron reads out Wells. Diaye continues to slip on this turf. Ref seems to have called a halt because of the kick to the back of the head, unintentional by Reynoso. Don't believe it was a foul call, but stopped play because of the injury to the head. Diaye hasn't been able to find his footing so far. Has slipped a few times into this match. We'll take the opportunity with this break to let you know games to look out for on your Game and Frame live stream. Hoboken FC 1912 versus Greek Americans at 4 p.m. in the Metropolitan Conference. Manhattan Celtic face Kids Super Samba at 6 p.m. And Richmond County faces New York Athletic Club at 8 p.m. All the Metropolitan Conference, all of them on Game and Frame, and you can catch those games tomorrow, Sunday, April 27th. Looks like NDI is coming off the pitch for the intermission, but may be able to continue once he's given the clearance. And it looks like a foul was called by Red Hook, by the ref, for Red Hook. Bit of an odd decision there. Nonetheless, it is Red Hook possession. Here is Cunningham. Looking for Evan. And bounces a little too far ahead and goes out of bounds for an Empire throw-in. NDI is back on the pitch. Given away to Red Hook once again. I believe the rainy conditions are playing a factor into the lack of control so far in the early minutes. Now we are almost 20 minutes into this match, still a scoreless 0-0 draw. Not a lot of shots on target up to this point. Both teams trying to get their rhythm. Empire looking to continue to remain undefeated, while Red Hook look to bounce back from that defeat against Future Soccer Academy. In comes the clearance, looking for Naeem Charles. And Dai there to it first. Dai looking for his men up top. Sends it all the way back to the Empire goalkeeper. Youssef. Nico pushing forward. Three-toe ball. Looking for the forward end. It is an offside call there. He was trying to find Wilbur Gomez, just a fraction too quick. But the right intention was there. A nice play there by Reynoso. Joel Cunningham. Husanov. The Georgie has Suazo open down this side. Goes over to Ndiaye instead. Mamadou Ndiaye looking for Suazo. He finds him. Kiro Aaron playing some defense on him. Has some speed. Suazo able to put a cross into the box, but no one is there to put the finishing touches on that possession. It goes out of bounds instead for Empire. .50 balls. Drops down for Red Hook. Husanov is on the ball now. Empire trying to get it out of their half. Unsuccessful so far. Back and forth it goes, and this is Henderson's pass to Reynoso. He finds Kiro Aaron's wide open down the left wing. Neither team has taken firm command of this match just yet. Aaron's trying to find Reynoso, does so. Not able to put a second touch on that. Make sure to look out for the plays of the week on Game and Frame. You can catch them at halftime. You can catch them on our Instagram page. In the meantime, here comes Evans for Red Hook. He tries to find Paquier. Just a little too hard there. He had to run. Rare time that Nathan has been open in this first half. But just weren't able to connect that time. Youssef. Over to Wilber Gomez. This is Daniel Moya. They were looking for Demay there, but not on the right page. It is Red Hook ball instead. Red Hook has been able to go punch for punch up to this point with Empire. I spoke to their founder earlier before the match. Was very excited for the season. Thrilled about the back-to-back promotional seasons for them. They give it away right there, though. Over to Kiro Aaron, who keeps it alive. Trying to find a cross. He does so, but no one is there for Empire. Read well by Reynoso to win it right back. And looking for Charles. Cisse is there to win first instead for Red Hook. The founder emphasizes a community environment that Red Hook is trying to portray. They do the same on the field. I asked for a player to look out for in this match, and he mentioned that they want to play as a team. Highlighted the skills of big players like Husanov, and of course their man up top, Nathan, who has 5 goals on the season, but he says this ship is getting steered in the right direction because they continue to play as a team. Not able to keep it in bounds that time. Goes over to Empire. For Empire, after today's match, they have East Coast next weekend, May 3rd. In comes the ball. De Giorgi looking for Evans. Vitali to it first instead. Nice kick over to Aarons, who drops it neatly on his chest. Looking for Naeem Charles. Deflected by the defense instead. Goes all the way back to Giuseppe Vitali in net. After East Coast, who are currently winless on the season. Last place, third place team, 0-3 up to this point. Empire will have another big challenge. First place Braveheart, currently 3-0 on the season. That'll be taking place 2 weeks from now, May 10th. As there comes another ball looking for Evans. That seems to be the man to target up front. Moya looking for Charles. Back to Youssef it goes. Red Hook putting a big press on Empire, who is used to doing this to the opposition. The captain here with the ball at his feet, looking for Charles once again. Intercepted by Red Hook. Here comes Ndiaye, who gives it right back, unfortunately for him. Youssef now on the ball. Looking to switch the field. Looks like the ref is calling attention to something. Not very clear. Looks like the players are heading to their bench. Players are heading over to their benches currently. Not sure if that's due to the people back there that they're trying to get out of the area until they resume play. Not very clear. We can't really hear too much from where we're at here in the stands, but we're looking to get a call from the official as we are in the 27th minute of the first half. Still a scoreless draw between New York Empire FC and Red Hook FC. Bit of confusion here. Looks like the players are going to the benches. They're going to the locker rooms. Bit of confusion here as no one here in the stands knows what's going on, but everybody is exiting the pitch. I'll try to find out for you. So what we're hearing so far is the pause is due to lightning in the forecast. A couple of thunderbolts here and there, and obviously we can't play under those conditions. So we're gonna have a break, see if there's some clearance in the forecast, and resume play once that takes place. But we'll try to keep you posted as we find out more information here on Game and Frame.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
And we are back live on Game and Frame from Central Islip, Long Island, between the New York Empire and Red Hook FC. After a very minor 30-minute lightning delay, we are ready just about to get this game rolling once again. That was the reason why the pause, and there's a whistle from the main official for us to resume play between the Empire, who are in your all yellow with black numbers, facing Red Hook FC, red and black with gold numbers. It started raining for a bit as well, so there's the announcer jinx. We did hope it was going to stay dry. It didn't turn out to be the case, but the pause was due to lightning, and we are back and rolling here at the Sousa Sports Complex on Long Island. It is 0-0 between Empire and Red Hook. Not a lot of chances on goal up to this point between the two. Not a lot of separating the two either. Empire enters the match in third place with Red Hook right behind it in fourth. And we have some action to resume this first half. Here is Wilbur Gomez passing it on to Reynoso. Reynoso still trying to cut his side, finds DeMay down the right side, who pushes forward down the right side of the box, and he gets a corner out of that one. Maybe the first corner of the match for the Empire. Something to correct in the first half. It is Luca Kazamora with the number 23 down this left side, and it is George Youssef with 21 down the other side. That's the right center back. We were mixing up the numbers in the first half, so apologies for that. Here is a corner, and it goes into the net. DeMay rises up and puts the finishing touches on the first goal of the match. It is an Empire 1-0 lead. The tall forward slash midfielder for the New York Empire rises to the occasion off the corner. First corner of the match for the Empire results in the first goal. Tim DeMay opens up the scoring. Well executed corner, and Red Hook had the clean sheet up to this point. Only took a couple of minutes after we resumed play for the Empire to come out on top. Brand new ball game. Red Hook down 1-0. Can they rebound before halftime? We'll find out soon. Here's Ndiaye. Looking for Kayvon Evans. Nice mag there. Goes down in the box. Ref tells him to get up, and it is a goal kick for the Empire. Here comes Moya. Over to Luca. Here's Reynoso, very involved in the first half. Aarons deflects that off the Red Hook player, Suazo, excuse me. And Empire look to keep their undefeated season early so far, but 2-1 on the season, trying to make it 3 wins for them. Keep the pressure boiling on Braveheart, who has 3 wins already on the season. Luca being pressed there, gets rid of it, can't keep it in play, and it's a Red Hook throw-in. Here's a throw-in, looking for Evans. Empire to it first. Aarons makes a move, finds Charles, who finds Reynoso down the left wing. Now Empire is rolling, but Reynoso's lose it just outside the edge of the box. Red Hook regain possession with Cisse. And this is another correction on the field. It is Akeem Phipps with number 20 who gets the start. I believe that is in place of Saintville. So a little miscommunication between the starting lineup and what we came out with for Red Hook FC, but nonetheless, here we are to correct that for you. There's a clearance for Empire. And here is the aforementioned Cunningham, the oldest player in the starting lineup. Oldest by a few years, the 29-year-old Jamaican. His team is full of a lot of teens to early 20-year-olds, and he is one with veteran presence for this newly promoted squad in the Premier. Suazo's making a run down the right side if they can find him. That was the task at hand there, but the kick was a little too strong, and it goes out of bounds for an Empire throw-in. Back to Moya, pressed by Husanov. Back to Moya. Here's Luca. Over to Moya. Playing with fire here, Empire. And they get a foul out of it. It looks like it is going for Red Hook, actually. That press earns Red Hook a free kick in a very dangerous position of the field that they can execute. They have an angle on goal here. This Red Hook squad has proven to be able to score plenty of goals. As mentioned earlier, they lost last match 6-5 to Future Soccer Academy last week. And the week before that, they put in another 5 goals to beat Brooklyn FC 2. So we'll see how much longer they remain scoreless in this match. Husanov to take the free kick. Direct on goal, and it is far above the crossbar. Nothing to threaten the goalie there. And it is a goal kick for Vitali. Waiting for this goal kick to be taken from Vitali. Looks like a sub has also taken place for Red Hook. The number 3 comes on. That is Rantry Saintville, who was slated to start this match, so he comes on now as a late addition to the pitch. And he's a stop and play by the main official. Looks like he is attending to Evans. Play stopped earlier in the match for Ndiaye. This time is going to be for Kayvon Evans, number 10, who needs to exit the pitch. We have less than 10 minutes to go in this first half. It is an Empire 1-0 lead at the head of the May. Off the corner. Ref is waiting for Evans to make his way completely off the pitch. There's a whistle for resumption. Nice flick on by Naeem Charles to find Reynoso, trying to thread the needle over to Rojas. Fraction off a bit. Red Hook playing quickly with Husanov. He's trying to find the goal scorer, leading goal scorer in the league, Nathan Pasquier, with 5 goals on the season. Not successful that time. He hasn't been very involved so far in this first half. He comes off with 2-goal performance against Future Soccer Academy. Here's Suazo. Leos De Giorgi was down here, number 7, looking for St. Bill. Defense is 2 at first, and Aarons needs to handle the ball, does well to get out of danger. He finds Naeem Charles, who goes back with his counterpart there, looking for Reynoso. That ball can bounce in his favor, and Cunningham with a veteran tackle there. This is Georgie looking for St. Bill. Was not able to keep the ball in play. Moya back to Wilbur Gomez. Gomez still finds the goal scorer, DeMay. Back to Gomez. And Gomez is fouled near the middle of the field for another Empire free kick in what is going to be the last 6 minutes of regular time in the first half. Still a 1-0 lead for the Empire. In comes the ball, looking for Naeem Charles. DeMay keeps it alive. There's a cross into the box. Cisse handles it 2 times and drops it down for them to start some offense. There's a long ball looking for the recently subbed on St. Bill, trying to get there, but Vitali, the goalkeeper of Empire, is there to it first. Luca looking for Naeem Charles. Doesn't get to him the first time, but Rojas fights for it to get it back for Empire and earn his team a free kick. And there's a yellow card shown there. Looks like that is to Rojas that was given to. Not entirely sure why. Maybe a poor reaction from the foul. Nonetheless, the first booking of the game goes to Rojas. Reynoso taken quickly to Aarons. Hero, one-on-one with Suazo, gets rid of him. Puts a cross into the box. DeMay leaps in for another header. This time he doesn't connect. But once again, the crosses are working for Empire. Cisse has his hands full every time that ball gets lifted up into the box. Looping kick over to Suazo, who keeps it in play. Plays back to Grande. Being pressed on by Charles. Walking into danger. Goes back to his keeper, Cisse. He's making a mess of it here. Here, the ball's alive, and there's a shot. And it's deflected. Wilbur not able to capitalize off that mistake from the back. And it could have been easily 2-0 for the Empire. Instead, it is going to be another corner. Second corner of the match. What can Empire come up with this time to end up on the score sheet once again? In comes the service into the box, looking for DeMay again. Red hook 2 at first to force another corner for the Empire. And it comes once again. There's the header, and into the hands of the keeper it goes. That was Trevor Henderson who made contact, trying to play it quick as Cisse, but Empire's 2 at first on that long kick. Evans back onto the pitch, trying to get himself involved into the match. It goes out of bounds for Red Hook FC. Yeah, just a couple of minutes more of regular time. We'll see how much time, if any, is added by the referee. Looking for Swazo. Empire's to it first. They're reading all these through passes very well. A good, strong defense so far in the first 4 matches of the season. Looking for Naeem Charles. And deflected further away by Red Hook. DeGiorgio trying to fight for that ball with Aarons. Aarons to it first. Drops it for Reynoso. This Gomez. Over to Charles. Back to Charles. Charles one-on-one with the keeper. Takes on Cisse. Now to find the finish is all it's needed. And he finds the back of the net to put Empire up by a score of 2-0. Beautiful thread of the needle to find the forward up top for the men in yellow. And they find the second goal right before halftime to double their lead. Beautiful passing, great composure by Naeem Charles. Right when his team needed him the most to put him up by a score of 2-0. Red Hook, before the pause and play, had this game in a 0-0 deadlock. And since then, Empire has been able to put 2 goals into the net. And they will be most likely going into halftime with a 2-0 lead. We have not completed the opening 45 minutes of the match. We'll see how much time is added by the referee. Comes to throw in, looking for Evan. Long kick. Cunningham trying to get to it before Empire does. It drops to Naeem Charles. And there's a flag by the ref. Looks like a foul called on Red Hook FC. And there is a halftime whistle as Empire heads into the break. Once again, 2-0 lead. Tim DeMay opened up the scoring, and Naeem Charles just a couple of minutes before the halftime whistle double up the lead for the Empire. It is 2-0 from the Sousa Sports Complex in Central Islip.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
We are just about ready to get the second half kicked off here from Central Islip, Long Island, New York. We are at the Sousa Sports Complex, and it is the New York Empire in yellow and black facing Red Hook FC of Brooklyn in red, black, and gold numbers. It is Empire leading by a score of 2-0. Tindemay opened up the scoring off a corner set piece. And shortly before halftime, Naeem Charles doubled up the lead for the Empire. We get up and rolling here. It is Tindemay on the ball. And he quickly gives it away to Red Hook, who kicks it out for an Empire throw-in. We had a little shorter break due to the lightning delay that occurred about 30 minutes into the first half. We entered that lightning delay tied 0-0, and we exited it into halftime with Empire putting the ball into the net twice. They look to get early action going here, and they're not able to keep it in bounds. Empire's defense has prevented Red Hook from getting too many shots on target. They have limited the damage from their star forward, Nathan Pasquier, who has 5 goals, is leading the league in goals scored so far, has not gotten too involved in the first half. We'll see if any of that changes in the second. Lucas trying to keep it in bounds for Empire, unsuccessful in doing so, and it is a goal kick for Mamadou Cissé. Mohamed Cissé, that is, excuse me. Cunningham looking for Evans. It lands to Empire instead. Here's Daniel Moya trying to switch the field with Youssef, not on the same page there. They give it right back to Red Hook. And St. Ville approaching the ball. Instead, it's going to be Suazo who brings it back onto the pitch for the Brooklyn team. Empire entered today with the same record as New York Renegades, who they tied last week by a score of 1-1. Tightly contested match. And they will face first place Braveheart in just a couple of weeks. So they have their hands tied here to start the season. Not a great free kick there. It's given right back to Daniel Moya for the Empire. They regain possession. Start playing from the back here. Anderson nearly gives it away. Instead, Reynoso gets the ball for Empire, plays it back with Moya. Trying to get early rhythm in the second half. It's given away there to Hubanov. And recover well by Kirol Aarons, who uses that speed to get back and win the ball back for Empire. Red Hook, though, on the ball now with Husanov. Branchui St. Ville plays it back. Naeem Charles, the goal scorer of the second goal of the match, drops it down to the first goal scorer, Tindemay. Not on the same page there with his teammate, gives it over to Red Hook. Here's the Georgie, there's the goal scorer, Pasquier, trying to get himself more involved in the second 45 minutes of this match. St. Ville is pushing forward now. Looking for Evans, who did not time his run on time. Gets called outside for the first infraction of the second half. Looks like it'll be the same lineup we ended the first half with. Actually, just as I say that, I see that Vince Clement, number 5, is on the pitch for Red Hook FC. Reynoso trying to drop it down for his teammate Rosas in the hands of Cisse. Here's the Clement. Ref signaling to back up just a bit where the throw-in occurred. Into Husanov it goes, who makes a nice turn to try to find St. Ville down the right side. He gets to that ball, looking for support, plays it into the box, but not able to connect with his teammate. Empire is off and running instead. Here's Naeem Charles trying to find a third goal for the Empire. Uses that speed to push forward. He has support in the middle of the field. It is Rosas there. Plays it back instead with Reynoso. Here's Daniel Moya. All the way back to Trevor Henderson, and it's give it right back to Red Hook. Husanov. Important leap there by, I believe that is Luca, to win the ball back for Empire. Drop sounds for Rojas once again. Plays it back with Luca Kozomara. Has finished raining, so hopefully no more precipitation for the rest of the night. No lightning in sight, so we have clear skies for the rest of this match, hopefully. Reynoso comes out on top of that challenge. Continues to push forward. He has some options to choose from. Naeem Charles making the run. Reynoso cutting inside, further inside. Goes over to DeMay. Back to Wilbur Gomez. And further back the pitch, it goes to Moya. Looks like a cross is getting set to be put into the box by Aarons, who takes a shot instead, and he scores! Kyrol Aarons makes it 3 for the Empire. Continue to press on, and they find the third goal shortly into the second half. Now Red Hook has an even bigger hill to climb. They'll need another big performance like they've had the last couple of weeks to turn this around, but so far, it's looking unlikely. This Empire defense has only allowed 3 goals all season and are leading by a score of 3-0. Nice shot from that angle by Kyrol Aarons, who was making his presence felt mostly on defense, playing in a defensive position in the midfield. But his efforts paid off there as he made it 3 for Empire. Husanov looking for Suazo, and they give it away once again. Things have just not been the same since we resumed from that rain delay, lightning delay that is. Empire, though, has used the momentum to carry on forward. St. Ville. Like it goes to Grande, who plays it to the goalkeeper, Cisse. Charles is on him. And dispossesses the defense. Empire wins it back. What can they come up with here? Can they make it 4 now? Rojas plays it further back to Moya. This is Luca. Prevents the ball from being lost. And Kyrol Aarons, the goal scorer of the third goal here, throws this across into the box, looking for DeMay. Almost gets to that, but not quite. And it is a throw-in for Red Hook FC. In comes the throw-in. Foul called by the referee there on the Georgie. Red Hook will need to get a response, and very soon, if they want any hopes of turning this around. It is St. Bill pushing forward now. 10 minutes down in the second half, and they give it right back to Empire. This defense will be a hard nut to crack the second half. Over to Vitali. Gets rid of it. Charles does well to use his body to shield the defense away. He's looking for his forward. Newly subbed on player Mason Chetty, who entered the match with the number 11. "35 minutes left to play here in Central Islip Sousa Sports Complex. Looks like we're having a goalkeeper change here for Red Hook FC. It is Kofi Hopegun coming on with the number 35 in place for Cisse, who exits the pitch. Not clear if that is a tactical or injury decision, but it didn't look like Cisse was injured any point in the match. We'll see how that affects the back line for Red Hook. In the meantime, here's Chetty, who has an early goal scoring opportunity, but not able to get to it this time. Hopegun has early action. Here's St. Bill. Moya putting pressure on him. And this yellow brick wall is hard to get past since we resumed play. St. Bill once again. Empire still with the ball, trying to get some rotations going, but they give it right away to Jay Georgie. Looking for an opening. He looks for Evans, who's onside. It takes a shot, and it is far off target there. And it is going to be a goal kick for Vitali. The chances have been far and few between for Red Hook FC. They weren't able to find the back of the net this time around. It's a long kick, looking for Chetty if he can get to it, but not on the same page. It's going to be a throw-in for Red Hook FC. I'll take this time to remind you that today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. The air case uses antimicrobial technology to block smell, making for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt is offering the Game and Frame community an exclusive discount. Scan the QR code to get 10% off and keep it fresh. There's a foul call near the middle of the field for Red Hook SC. Looks like it was Taglavia who's on the pitch. It's a very tightly contested match in what was the opening 30 minutes. But since Empire opened up the scoring with that Tim DeMay header off the first corner of the match for the Empire, they have not looked back. And Red Hook has not looked the same as they gave it right away back to the Empire. There's a long kick looking for Chetty up top. Empire on Red Hook on the other end instead. Husanov switching the field over to Clement. Trying to put it just on the edge of the box there. The rebound lands to Red Hook. What can Evans come up with here? Is just too far ahead for Taglavia to get on the other end of. Giuseppe Vitali was well positioned to come out on top. For Red Hook, it'll be a very difficult match upcoming for them after today. It is going to be the New York Renegades, last season's champs, who they will face in their home grounds in Brooklyn. It looks like subs are taking place here for the Empire. I believe that is Naeem Charles and Keyroll Aarons who exit the pitch. In their place is MG Goose with the number 5 coming on to the pitch. Try to find out who else came on in their place for you. Things have gotten a lot calmer since that intermission during the lightning delay. Big storm came across for a few minutes, but since then has come and gone. We are in the 60th minute of the second half, 30 minutes to go. It is a 3-0 lead for Empire as they look to continue their flawless campaign. Aside from that draw to Renegades, they have won their other matches. Currently in third place. And Red Hook, if things continue this way, will face their third defeat of the season. There goes a ball looking for Paquier. Trying to get a corner out of it. Instead, it's going to be a goal kick for Batali, signaled by the linesman. For the Empire, next up on their schedule, it is going to be East Coast FC, who are currently winless. Surprising results so far for them, the last season's third place team. Batali to take this goal kick for Empire. Looking for Goose. Looks like the player who came onto the pitch is Ryan Mehrari, who comes onto the pitch with number 17 along with Goose. That ball was looking for DeMay, and St. Ville is onto it first instead. Red Hook looking to go on the counter now with Taglavia. And now he's looking for Evans, who is hopeful to be onside. Linesman keeps his flag down, and he gets the ball for a goal kick for the Empire. Looks like the defender's still down, who made that challenge. He's grabbing his knee. Believe that is George Youssef that is down on the pitch. He's going to need some medical attention here by the physio. In the meantime, Batali will take this goal kick for Empire. Reminder to check out our plays of the week on Game and Frame. You can catch that on Instagram at Game and Frame. We have a YouTube channel now as well. And nice move there by Goose. As Chetty continues to push forward, trying to make a move on Grande, who makes a last-ditch tackle to push him out of his area. But Empire keep it alive with Nico Reynoso. He goes down, no foul call by the ref. Looked like a clean shoulder-to-shoulder tackle by Red Hook. What can they come up here on the counter? It is De Giorgi. Looking to switch over the field to Ranchui. St. Ville weighing his options. He finds Evans. And not able to control it there with number 13 for Red Hook. It lands to Husanov instead, who takes a long shot. Is deflected by the Empire defense and kept alive. Here comes another cross into the box. Goes past everybody, but Taglavia keeps it in bounds. And Empire on the other end of it. Who's enough? This is St. Bill. 25 minutes left to play in the second half. What can Red Hook do to cut into this lead? Trevor Henderson uses that big frame to force the goal kick for Empire. Looks like number 13, Chake Torre, comes onto the pitch for Red Hook FC. And another sub comes onto the pitch for Empire. Looks like Yusuf's night is done after that injury. And in his place comes in number 4, Carlos Martinez for Empire. Foul called on Empire. Red Hook with the free kick. Looking for St. Ville. They need to put some life into this match if they have any hopes of coming back. St. Ville has been very involved since coming onto the pitch. Makes a turn there. Looking for support, he finds Evans. Taglavia trying to put a ball into the box. Here's the second attempt. Goes to St. Ville, and there's a shot by Chake. He's not able to make clean contact there, and instead, Shetty is running off with the counterattack for the Empire. Mason Chetty waiting for support. He finds Rojas. Further down the right side of the pitch, looking for Reynoso, and it bounces out of bounds for another throw-in. Here's Ranchui. There's Vincent Clement. Kofi Gund on the ball. Red Hook will attempt to play from the back here, back to the goalkeeper, who came onto the pitch in the second half. It's a long kick by the keeper, looking for the forward Pasquier. And it goes out of bounds for Red Hook. There's a long ball looking for Jerry Taglavia. Not able to get to it. Giuseppe read it well and safely into the hands of the goalkeeper for Empire. Long kick into the central of the field. Vincent to it first. Toure trying to drop it. Contact with the legs there. No call by the ref. They play on with Francisco De Giorgi looking for Pasquier. And it's just too strong of a kick. You can tell what they're trying to do. They're trying to get their center forward with 5 goals on the season more involved into the match. But so far, this back line of the Empire, captained by Trevor Henderson, has done well to prevent any goal opportunity from arriving. Lands there for St. Ville. And Empire recover quickly. Reynoso has some options. He's looking for Mason Chetty once again. It may drop for him. Goalkeeper's off his line. But Chetty waits for support. And he finds it in Meirari. Ryan making a move, puts a cross into the box, and it goes far above and out of play for a goal kick. And some more subs coming on for the black and yellow. Looks like it is Daniel Moya and Steven Rojas exiting the pitch, number 6 and 8 respectively. Getting some more fresh legs in this clean sheet to this point. Sebastian Monroy enters the pitch with number 3. I believe that is Sean Malloy who enters as well. Get confirmation on that number as soon as I can. Indeed, that is Sean Malloy who comes in with number 24. So some fresh faces on for the Empire as they try to cement this 3-0 win. About 20 minutes to go in the second half. 3-0 lead for the Empire. Tinda May, Naeem Charles, and Kirill Aarons are the goal scorers for your black and yellow. Defending home turf at the Sousa Sports Complex, Central Islip, Long Island. Here comes Vincent Clement for Red Hook. St. Ville trying to find an opening. Been very active since coming onto the pitch. Instead, here's a long ball to Goose. He drops it down for Mason Chetty. It is a 2v4 here. What can Empire come out with on top here? It lands to Goose, who has a shot on goal, and he puts it into the back of the net to make it a 4-0 lead for the Empire. Patience and resilience shown there by the front men up top for the Empire. It was a 2v4 counterattack. They made the right moves, made the right pass, and made the right execution to put a 4th goal into the back of the net. It is for Empire. Another goal fest now. Seems like Red Hook is only involved in goals that include more than 4 goals in their last 3 matches. The shortest amount of goals, or the lowest amount of goals scored in a Red Hook match up to this point, was their debut game into the Premier, which ended in a 2-1 loss to the Braveheart. Since then, it's been a 5-0 win for their only win of the season against Brooklyn SC2, as a long shot is far wide for Red Hook. They lost 5-6 to Future Soccer Academy last week, and now are currently down 4-0 to 3rd place Empire, who are looking to keep their first clean sheet of the season. Looks like a sub has made his way onto the pitch for Red Hook FC. That seems to be number 19, Charles Scruton, for the team from Brooklyn. Here's Monroy over to Tinda May. Given away now, and read well by Carlos Martinez with a sliding tackle. Prevent that to getting to Nathan. Empire now is a time game for them to put the finishing touches in this victory. Start off an impressive campaign. Only bested by Braveheart with their 3 wins on the season and no loss or draws for them. Reynoso making another move, cutting inside, finds Tinda May, right side of the pitch. He looks to switch it over to Mason Chetty. It drops to Husanov, the edge of the box. There's about 15 minutes left of regular time in the second half. Monroy trying to keep that ball for Empire, loses it instead. Here's Jerry Taglavia. Scruton not on the right page with his teammate. Hands it off to Empire. Goose is making a run down the pitch if they can find him. Reynoso down the middle of the field. Puts it out wide for Tindemay. Back to Reynoso. Goose trying to find the timing of his run. Reynoso takes a long shot instead and tipped off the crossbar by the goalie. Believe that was tipped at least, but it's going to be a goal kick for Red Hook FC. Great shot put on from Reynoso. Something out of what didn't look like it was going to be a shot. It looked like he was timing a pass. But he definitely challenged the subbed on goalkeeper in the second half, Kofi Hope Gund. And all the way to the other goalkeeper goes Giuseppe Vitali, trying to man the clean sheet first of the season. Turned over to Red Hook FC. What can they come up with here? No foul call by the linesman. The forward went down to the pitch for Red Hook. Mariari making a series of moves to cut inside, gets the ball back on the left wing. Now he's waiting for support. Trying to make a move on his defender, gets past two, keeps it alive, puts the ball into the box. But Hosanov is right there. Would have been an impressive assist. Instead, Red Hook is looking to find some offense of their own. DeGiorgi finds St. Ville and gets it back. And offside is a call by the linesman. Very little has been asked out of Vitali in this match. Not a lot of shots on target coming from the team from Brooklyn. Jerry Taglavia is exiting the pitch. I believe at least. Play has been stopped here. And Jerry continues to be on the pitch. Instead is going to be number 2 who comes off. That is Suazo who exits the pitch. Martinez over to Reynoso. Quick touch to Demey. And is kicked out of bounds by Clement. Number 21 entered the pitch for Suazo. That is Avinash Singh. Trying to spark some offense into this match for Red Hook. Tempo to this match has slowed down as Tindemay comes off the pitch, the first goal scorer of the match for today. Open up the scoring off that header, the corner kick action for Empire. And it comes to the newly subbed on player. That is number 15, Thomas O'Neill, who came onto the pitch in place of Tindemay. Mariari trying to keep it in bounds. Play resumes for Empire. Things have surely calmed down since they took the commanding 3-0 lead. That's the way they would like to end it, with a clean sheet. Defense has done very well up to this point, only allowing 3 goals in 4 games. There is some high-powered offense in this Premier Division, And so far, I believe they have allowed the least amount of goals. And here is another offensive action there for Empire. They try to put a ball into the box. It bounces and Chetty's trying to get on top of it. Goose does instead. And it goes above the crossbar for a Red Hook goal kick. And stick around on Game and Frame as we have some more games for you to look out for, all of which take place tomorrow, Sunday, April 27th. We start with Hoboken FC 1912 facing Greek Americans at 4 p.m. Manhattan Celtic face Kid Super Samba AC at 6 p.m. And Richmond County FC faces the New York Athletic Club at 8 p.m. All UPSL Metropolitan Conference games, and you can catch them all on Game and Frame. We have less than 10 minutes to go of regular time. It is a 4-0 lead for Empire. Red Hook not on the score sheet so far this evening. We'll see if they can manage to do something about that. Would be their first shutout loss of the season. Here's Mason Chetty. Nice move to get rid of his defender. He keeps pushing forward. Now he's waiting for his help to come from the men in yellow. Takes a long shot instead. Safe save by the goalkeeper. Kofi puts good hands on that shot. Red Hook is new to the Premier because they were newly promoted last season, and they were promoted the season before that as well. The Georgie takes a long, ambitious shot, and it goes far off target for a Giuseppe Vitali goal kick. The club continues to grow, and its founder and coaches have promising future with this bunch. They have made a lot of signings for this new season to go along with their promotion. Players like Evans and St. Bill that you are seeing on the pitch, or you have seen on the pitch today. And Monroy is off on the counter, trying to lead it all on his own, and is given right back to Red Hook. Scrutton on the ball. Doesn't look like it'll be the result Red Hook were looking for, but they have to put this loss behind them once it is official, as next week they will have a huge task at hand. New York Renegades come at their home court, home field advantage in that match for the team from Brooklyn. And there once again another offside call for Red Hook. They have unfortunately just not been able to time those runs on time in this back line of Empire. Their high line has been paying off. Long kick over, looking for Goose. Clementis to it first instead. Bounces over to Reynoso. Goose with the flick on to Chetty. Not able to make contact there. Check does well there to get rid of the pressure being put on by the men in yellow. St. Bill trying to get past his defender. It's a swarming defense that Empire has been putting on this Red Hook team all game long. Has not made things easy for them. MG does well to get possession back for Empire. Gets a throw in as the ball comes off of Vincent Clement. We have about 5 minutes to go of the 90 in the second half. It is a 4-0 lead for New York Empire. Quick throw in there, looking for Mason once again. Martinez gets to it first. Kept alive. Reynoso has another shot on target. And nice save there that time by Kofi in net to force another corner for New York Empire. Their first goal of the match today came by way of corner. We'll see what the New York Empire can do off of this possession. Taken quickly with Goose. Makes a nice, clever turn there. Puts a ball into the box. And there is a nice save there by the goalkeeper. Was going to be the 5th goal of the match. And Kofi has done well since coming onto the pitch. Tackle there. Just a little late by Luca. And he gets a yellow card for his offense. And another yellow card shown there to Nicolas Reynoso. Looks like ref not taking kindly to the back talking from the men in yellow. All 3 players booked in today's match have been for the Empire. That almost lands for Paquier. 86th minute of the match. Ball goes over to MG Goose. Nice footwork there. Get rid of the danger and find the man playing down the right wing. Thomas waiting for help to arrive. Back to Thomas O'Neill. Goose has shown clever footwork since coming onto the pitch. And great composure. One back there by Sean, who finds Nicolas Reynoso. Doesn't take a shot this time. Plays it further out wide to Ryan Merari. Takes a shot this time. Saved by the goalkeeper and gets it on the second attempt. Kofi's being put to work in these last couple of minutes by Empire. And now Chake is playing on his counterpart to see if they can find the back of the net in this match. And instead, that goes bouncing all the way to Vitali. We have less than 3 minutes to go of the 90. Long clearance by Carlos Martinez, and Mason Chetty's using that speed to get on the other end of that. Puts the ball across the box. Jerry's to it first and can't prevent the corner. Empire has another corner to work with. Empire has East Coast, Braveheart, and Brooklyn SC2 next up on their schedule. Outside of the Braveheart match, which is of course first place team in the Premier right now with 3 wins, 0 defeats, and 0 draws. Pretty favorable matchup. That gets past Kofi and they get a goal kick. For Red Hook, after the Renegades next week, they have Academias Barcelona and East Coast FC next up on their schedule. Chake not able to control that goal kick. We have a minute left in the second half. Regular time, we'll see how much time is added, if any. Jerry with the long clearance, looking for his teammate up front. It lands to Chake. Torre. Chake goes down, and the ref tells him to go get up. Chake not happy about the no call. One back by St. Bill. One of the key figures on this match for Red Hook in their losing efforts. He's been putting up a great performance, and Francisco De Giorgi trying to test the laces but not able to control that. 90 minutes are just about up in this match. Vitaly is inviting the pressure from Red Hook. And there is the final whistle of the match. It ends as a 4-0 victory for the New York Empire against Red Hook FC. Empire continue their undefeated ways, as for Red Hook it is 2 straight losses. Stick around for the post-match interview in just a couple of minutes.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Francis Orgetta here for Game and Frame with Nicholas Reynoso and head coach Max Farrow for the New York Empire after a 4-0 win versus Red Hook FC. We start here with Nico. You guys entered the rain delay, lightning delay with the 0-0 scoreline and came out winning this game 4-0. What changed in the locker room? What message were given for you guys to find your momentum after the delay?
Honestly, I really thought it was really slow when we started, so that break honestly really helped, so it could help us build more energy coming out because we were clearly slow in like the first 20 minutes. So I feel like the break really helped us out so we could talk it over, look at the film, and like come out better than before.
And on that, like there's very little things to say negative about your team after that point, but did you see any places where you guys can improve on for next match? You have East Coast coming up next.
I just think we need to put away every chance we got. Because if we don't put every chance we got, then we're just going to let up a silly goal and it could cost up 3 points.
And for head coach Max, you guys allowed your first clean sheet of the season and it will only allowed 3 goals all season up to this point. What did you guys need more from your team? What do you see today to keep things going in the right direction for your team?
The biggest thing is every week new guys step up. Tonight we missed a couple key players in the back line. We had a couple new guys step up and everyone played their role. Everyone stepped up, played strong, and held it down for us. So guys stepping up and just doing what they have to do, making an impact in the game.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. That is it for today. It ends once again 4-0 for Empire, first clean sheet of the season, and they have East Coast on their schedule next up.